Hey everybody out there, Chris and Mike here, and welcome back to another indie comic book review. We are in the trilogy time again. We're doing all three at once because we didn't get to do the indie books yesterday, so we're going to be doing it today. So this is probably going up around Monday morning to Monday afternoon, and Monday evening will be the big twos reviews going up one right after the other. So without further ado, let's not waste any time and get into the books. We have some physical books, and then we go into the digital as always.
Alright. From Bongo Comics, Coffin Hill, issue number 11. Yeah. No.
Done?
I'm done. I can't take this. First of all, let me explain why I want to drop it.
Exactly.
It starts off where Nate's brother is with this woman, and it's really gruesome, this book. And they're still on this case about the frostbiter or something. Or icebreaker? Was it icebreaker?
Whatever.
Icebreaker, whatever it was. It was something like that. And they're just trying to look for, you know, like some real evidence about it. That goes to a Coffin Hill basement where she encountered with demons and stuff, and I couldn't really just like this book. And then it was Lenny who teamed up with Coffin Hill and the detective, who wasn't really excited of seeing her. And then after a while it just got boring, all just talking, and then she got together with that guy, what was his name?
Who cares? You're dropping the book and you're explaining the book.
No. I'm done. So, this book goes on the garbage pile.
Invincible 114, I really like this issue. Mark is going up against Machine Man, and he's surprised to see that his father and the rest of the Vermillites, I hope I'm saying the name right, the type right, they actually let it go. They agreed to, they chose to bow out, and they gave Robot Man what he wanted. And it turns out all he really wanted was not to rule the earth. He just wanted to take Cecil's place, or where was it? He wanted to take Cecil's position as head of the Global Defense Agency, and he just struck a deal with the world leaders to give the agency more control and less oversight. So he's not looking to rule the world, he's looking to make it a safer place. Mark won't hear of it. He suits up and he goes on his own to fight against Robot Man. Robot Man finds the rest of anybody who would fight against him and brings them to jail, and then that's where he comes face to face with Mark, who wants to just beat the crap out of him, and he's trying to explain to him that no matter what, he'll win. He doesn't want to kill Mark. He didn't want to kill Eve. He wishes Mark could be just trapped in the other dimension. He doesn't want to take over. Like when Mark says, all I see is somebody who wants to take over the world, he's like, I don't be childish. I've assumed control, and the control will expand as needed, true, but nobody knows what I've done, and I'm not looking to control the world at all. So in the end, long story short, lots of dialogue later because I don't want to spoil it. Rex won. There's no way to stop Robot Man, and what Mark's father promises him though is if he steps out of line, if he goes too far, that's where the Vermillites will, however you pronounce them, him and his people will step in and stop him. So right now it's a stalemate, and Robot Man is going to be the head of the protection agency. It's going to be a brand new world for Invincible. I'm really looking forward to the next issue. Loving it. Highly recommend it.
Alright, Bongo Comics, Futurama Comics, issue number 72. The cover says it all, and I'm going to explain why she's in a Zap Brannigan uniform. Starts off on a planet where there's a black hole, and Zap Brannigan bumps into Layla, and we know how Zap Brannigan is. And Layla does her maneuver to try to, break out the black hole. I really like how they put some of the things in space. with like the Fam Zone and Silver Surfer and all that stuff. I thought that was funny. So Nixon discharges Zap Brannigan to be the commander and gives Layla the uniform. And as time just went on, after Zap goes to join Fry's gang and everything, she gets like him, very bossy and a little overweight much.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Where she's just saying, you know, like she's not really thinking straight. She just says, just do it, just send them out there, and then, I keep forgetting what his name is, the alien guy. Like,
oh, Kip.
Kip, thank you, yeah. He tries to stop her from everything, and then, it took a little realization of what Layla was. Then Zap Brannigan does a mission where he saves everything. Layla gives him the uniform and gives Zap Brannigan back the uniform to become commander again. And that's
you should
the
get
end.
Treehouse of Horror when it comes out for The Simpsons.
Actually, since Halloween's right around the corner, I think I just might, just to check it out. But it was a good issue. I still think they try hard on their jokes, like in both TV and comic books. And we get into something even better. Image Comics The Walking Dead, issue number 131. Our journey begins. And in the last issue, we found out Marco could hear the walkers talking and how they left Ken behind. So he wants them to go out to get Ken, which they do. Everything's in black and white, which is fine.
I would hope so.
Well, yeah. Why? That's what
it's always been black and white.
Yeah. And there's this guy, Larry. Like, I don't find him really a good character in the book because he felt it wasn't necessary to go out after Ken because they were looking for him everywhere and stuff like that. And then Carl is gonna join the workforce tomorrow, from what they said. And it was just them looking for Ken. And apparently they got into walkers. Meanwhile, there's just so much that's going on in the comics. And I never trusted this gang that joined Rick's place because now I think her name's Maggie or something.
No, it isn't Maggie.
Or is it someone else? I forgot what her name was. Like this one right here.
Oh, Maggie? Yeah, that's Maggie. I thought you meant the other girl. That girl.
Yeah.
I thought you meant.
These people. I didn't trust them from day one, and now they're going to be trouble. We've already gotten enough trouble with Negan, and now they're going to start trouble. I mean, Rick welcomes them in with open arms, and this is how they repay him. But all in all, excellent series. I'm really loving reading this each and every time, and you guys have definitely got to get into it. So now we're getting into Zenescope Comics.
And that's the rest of the physical books. Goddess Inc. issue number 2. You have Venus, who is now working with working with Lamont, I believe his name is now. I want to make sure his name is right. Is it?
I think it is.
Can't remember exactly. But it's with Zeus's son and the brother to the other sisters. So they find the girl that Venus killed in the last issue, and it's obvious that she did it, and she's just trying to prove that it was her sister that did do it. And it doesn't look. It looks like Venus's power is growing, and actually Zeus in this book says that as Venus gets more and more gods on her side, the easier it'll be for her to, it won't even be, it could be, let's try this again, there won't even need to be consent. She'll be able to control them to do whatever she wants. And it's a heart-stopping ending, I will say that. And we do actually get to see the God of War for the first time. So, interesting issue. Venus is building up an army. She wants to take out Zeus and become all-powerful.
We gotta get that.
We will when it comes out.
Yeah, Grimm Fairytales Halloween special.
All in all, really enjoying it. I'm enjoying Goddess Inc. I'm liking all the other characters being introduced into the series. Really nice to see the God of War. It's going to be very interesting to see what Venus does as this series moves forward.
Yep.
Issue 102 for the regular Grimm Fairy Tales line. And Ali basically, in the last issue, since I really grazed over the last issue, he released a genie, which he brought to the school in the hopes to bring his mother back to life. Because we find out in this issue that his mother had passed away right before he had joined the school. You have Haley Liedel and Wolf, who have this romantic thing going on. And as everybody's sleeping, you have the genie who's floating around now, and we all know genies grant wishes, but it's a perverted version. Like, for example, Skylar, he asks Skylar what she wishes for, and she wishes to be wanted, so the police have her as the most wanted person in the world, and she's wanted dead or alive. You have Wolf, who wishes he was a realm knight, one of the strongest there is, and there's Wolf, older, stronger, and a realm knight. We get the flashback with Ali and why he took the lamp and what the purpose of the lamp was. You have Shang and Sealer fighting against Wolf and trying to figure out what's going on. But in the end, it's Ali who actually says, you know what, I have one wish, and it's for that he never brought the lamp to the school to begin with. And he's like, you know, you only get one wish. Either you get your mother or nothing, or either you know, it's your mother or this. And he says, I know, I choose this. And everything gets set back to normal. Wolf is pissed off that he was basically made a fool of in front of everybody, and basically tells Ali that this is just the beginning. It's on. You might want to keep one eye open. It's sure as hell going to be a long, interesting semester. So we're going to have Ali's going to have his hands full with Wolf now. And Skylar has what looks to be a future sight, possibly, where you see all of the kids grown up as adults. So, interesting, and hopefully that's not what the future holds for Grimm Fairy Tales, but at the same time, really good book, left out a lot of dialogue and a lot of stuff that's going on purpose. This is an excellent series, and I highly recommend anything that comes out of Zenescope Entertainment, but definitely recommend their flagship title.
Inferno, Rings of Hell, issue number 2, Age of Darkness. It was actually, they went through a lot of rings in this book, because I thought it was going to go issue by issue, but it's part 2 or 3, so I could understand that. So it's Mercy and Lucifer who are now going to go through the Rings of Hell. They go through the first Ring of Hell, and they're like all 9 rings all together. And the Dark Queen, they hear the voice of that, and I'm going to show some artwork that doesn't have blood in it. So Lucifer helps out Mercy with all the wars and everything. Here's wonderful artwork. So they go up the other ring. So they go now to the second Ring of Hell. That's at a carnival, which is what was it now?
The nudist one.
Yeah, nudist one. But they were relating to the 7 Deadly Sins one. But it's like all an illusion, and there's actually a mention of Grimm Fairy Tales issue 29, where Mercy killed Trisha.
Yeah, I gotta go back and get those older issues.
So so it's all an illusion there, and they get out of there. Then they go to the third Ring of Hell, where they meet all these things. This is Gluttony, where they meet up with this thing. And I'm telling you, it's like they had to try to find so many ways to get out of there. Where they get to the 5th Ring of Hell, which is Wrath. And lots of action, though. The 6th Ring of Hell they get into after that. All the way to the 7th. But now they have to go through now 2 more rings. And it's to be concluded in the next issue. But they gotta keep going. Because if they die, and that's it, game over. And Dark Queen said that no one has ever made it out of there alive in the Rings of Hell. So we'll find out what happens next in there. And speaking of the Dark Queen, Realm War, issue 2 of 12, in Age of Darkness, where the Dark Queen still gets bitter, and sometimes I just want to...
And darker.
I want to slap that Dark Queen, because the way she tortures these people, making them slaves, and the bloodbath and everything.
And apparently she has Zeus's head.
And she has Zeus's head.
And Mother Nature's head. I don't know how that happens.
Yeah, so there was that. And now, why did I forget? Sela is going to like the Knights and learning about them to actually help out with the war. We got Hercules in this.
He fights in the Colosseum and wins. And Venus actually finds him.
Yeah, and then she said, like, bring Pain to me to have a little talk with him. And then we get the reuniting of Red Riding Hood and Sela. But Dark One, let's just say that he just wants... he has actually someone else that's joining him.
Which is actually a shocker.
Robin Loxley. I turned down the book and I said, no! She was my favorite character. How could she turn dark on the other side? Unless it's a trick. And she's going to snap out of it. I'm going to call her right there. She's going to snap out of it. But I like Robin Hood.
Well, we'll see what happens.
But we'll see what happens. It was a great way to actually make it interesting, because she is, you know, really something else. But 5 out of 5.
Digitally now, Teen Dog issue 1 of 8. I didn't know you were actually going to read this. This was actually one of Cindy's books.
Oh, well, I thought I'd take a look at it. And I actually like Teen Dog. It has like many stories, like mini stories, where, you know, he's in school and he wears these glasses and he likes pizza and he has this bully at school.
So it's something for the kids, definitely.
So yeah, it's something for the kids to read. He has this one dog who doesn't like him very much. Mm-hmm. And then he dreams of becoming a rock star. I really like him. Like, he's the type of guy that I would like to hang out with. Like, he's a cool dog. He knows about rock and roll. And like I said before, he eats pizza. He has a friend of his that he goes with. But it's definitely for the kids to read. So, highly recommend you check that out. That was really awesome.
Alright, so do we want to go into Dark Horse? Or actually, let's do the one book we have from Valiant.
Oh, yes.
Armor Hunter's Harbinger, issue number 3. How was this?
This actually is leading up to something really excellent. Like, we have this new bird that actually comes in there along
Animalia?
along with that. And it was kind of a disgusting issue. I just remembered it now. There are these bees that are flying around, and yeah, they kind of climb in your mouth and lay eggs, and yeah. That was kind of the disgusting part. But anyway, there's a whole swarm of bees everywhere, and they want to try to stop them, and to also not go in their mouth, lay eggs, and all that stuff. So they're trying to find ways to do that. We have, I mean, the artwork's really great. I have to admit that much. So we have Faith there, I think that's her name, that is trying to make everything, you know, all well again. And then these bees, they just multiplying one by one by one. And there was one person that actually got the bee out of the mouth after all that, which was very disgusting. But yeah, but then they show an example of what they do when they lay eggs in there and what happens. And one of them that got infected earlier is trying to survive and let someone there take care of this. And then there's just a whole thing of planning of how to get rid of them. And believe me, they do a lot of stuff. They cover their mouth when all of them are going to them. And then we get this new character who's going to be in this story, which is going to be very interesting. And that's really it. I don't want to give too much away, because you guys should really read this book, because this new event, especially what it's doing to people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll leave that up to you. But I do have to warn you. When you read this comic, you may vomit. Or at least try not to, please. Because it's just
Gross.
yeah. Just take it from me as a
Oh, I believe you.
forewarning. I mean, you saw it, so I'm kind of yeah. So it was good, I guess. We're leading to something.
Alright, let's do the honorable mention you forgot, which is Sonic
yes.
Super Digest, issue number 12.
Yes, and this one, it advertises about the Sonic Boom series, which I'm really psyched and looking forward to reading. And talks about like golden axes and lots of
a
stuff
lot
that...
of Sega Genesis
Yeah,
games.
I was about to say, they're doing lots of Sega Genesis games. I'm really familiar with some of them because we grew up with playing Sega Genesis. And then there's a whole Countdown to Chaos thing that they're doing in this story, and you could read it for yourselves to find out what it is. Of course, it's always about with the Chaos Emeralds, and Metal Sonic actually appears in this issue. And it's just an all-around book of what's going on there. And they also give you a little
Sonic All-Star Racing Transformed.
Yeah, they give you a little glimpse of that, of the comic book. And I was looking at that.
Be a new Sonic Racing game, that means.
All-Stars Transformed is already out.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, that's been out, man. Where have you been? It's for the Wii U. Get in the games.
I've been around. Alright, Dynamite, Lady Zorro, issue number 3. How was it, Mike?
Lady Zorro, issue number 3. This is a totally different turnaround for Lady Zorro. Like, she's in, I believe, Africa or somewhere to get herself clean with all the blood and stuff that she's been through. So, she goes in the war to get clean, and she meets up with this guy. I keep going down? No, all the way down.
You look Indian.
Yeah, well, they're down there. So, he talks about his story. What's his... Go up a little bit, because they tell what his name is. Yeah. Sisquick. I think that's what his name is, or Sisquak. Something like that. Well, he talks about himself, about his story, about his mother and father, and everything of what's going on the island. Lady Zorro falls in love with him. And then there's these people who found them that are wanted. So Lady Zorro and him try to get out of there under the boat and underwater. And they try to go around. She finds a strategy to get around them, and she kills them one by one, along with Sisquak, who helped around. And she didn't want him to kill him, but he did anyway. And she had lots of other help on her side also that helped her out. But all in all, it was just that, and just her riding out for more adventures, and that was it. And the person we saw in the last issue wants to still deal with her for revenge, so we're gonna see what's gonna happen there.
Alright, this is The Shadow, Year 1, issue number 10 from Dynamite. I say from Dynamite because we're going to get another Shadow book, but it's not from Dynamite.
Yeah, and in this issue, though, we see the Shadow in this comic book who, the ring actually makes more of a reason why he has that, but we'll get into that in a little bit. He's in a room full of snakes, and he tries to get out of it using his powers. Who didn't see that coming? And he tries to set everything on fire and everything.
I like the artwork.
Yeah, the artwork's drawn in realistic-like, and I hope they keep that artwork. Now, this is where the ring comes in. He is a voice from someone that is the entity of the ring, which actually controls him a little bit, or actually causes him to lose a little bit of memory, like an amnesia thing. And you know, I actually like that they actually put the ring in the story, because I was actually wondering what significance it was going to play for the Shadow. So it says right there. And then in the end, after all of the crime that he prevented from happening, he winds up staying in New York. And that was it. Because he was fighting off against somebody wrapped around. I think it was... Zorn. Zorn. I knew it began with the letter Z. And it was an all-out fight, and let's just say he wound up decapitated as an ending. Which is his decision.
Hats-off situation.
Yeah, but then they talk about the ring, like saying, you know, what it did and everything, and then he just says he's just going to go out to do what he does because he knows the shadow that he knows. Because the shadow knows all, the shadow he knows. So. That's what's said in the comic book, you know, the shadow I know.
There also is a shadow comic in Dark Horse, or not Dark Horse, is it Dark Horse? Somewhere there's a shadow mini... Oh no, yeah, Dark Horse. There's a Shadow Versus coming up soon.
Wait, I read the first issue.
Yeah, you did.
Oh
So
yeah,
it's in
Shadow
Dark Horse.
versus someone else. Yeah, we did I think last time, in the last episode.
Alright, we're in Dark Horse now, and let's talk briefly about Prometheus
you talk
Fire
about
and
it.
Stone, issue 1 of 4. This issue was a complete and utter bullshit fest.
It was.
You won't care about anything the main characters are talking about at all. The only things you're going to care about them talking about is the captain is actually, they believe it's a salvage mission, but the captain is documenting, they're going to LV-223 to get the documentation and the ship where Peter Weyland disappeared. He believed that he was going to get the builder. So basically she's following in the Prometheus's footsteps. She's going to where the ship was, the last destination of the ship, to get all the documents or whatever they got found, whatever Weyland found, and bring it back to society. Other than that, there's a bunch of bullshit between people you're not going to care about. They introduce all the characters, of course, which that is important. And you get a little bit of a feel for their personality. They land on the planet. It's supposed to be a desert planet. It turns out there's a jungle there now. Probably came out of the ship. If you watch Prometheus, you'll know what happened there. But in the end, they find a piece of the ship, and they're about to open it, and guess what's inside? Gee, do I even have to tell you?
Should I say it? Aliens.
Other than that, you're not going to give a crap about 90%.
I like the
at
design.
least,
It reminds me of Aliens.
At least 80% of the dialogue you are not going to give two craps about in this book.
That's why I
could
gave
care
it to you.
half of it. Halfway through the book, I said, you know what? I'm done reading the stupid dialogue. I waited till they got to the planet, and that's when I started reading again, because that's when it pertained to the story. Other than that, there was just a bunch of bullshit back and forth between the two of them. So, to be honest, it was a nice setup issue, but a lot of BS, and hopefully that doesn't happen in the issues to come, but I doubt it, because we're going to be getting Aliens starting with the next issue. And just give us 2 seconds, guys. We're going to switch that button, and then we are going to conclude this week's indie review. Alright, and we're back, and let's continue with X, Volume 2, issue number 17. How was this?
This is a starting point for new readers, actually. So, X just talks about the girl that works with X. Like, there's like a whole story of this guy who takes girl prostitutes in. And he has these pigs who actually make sure that he stays... Like, he just wants, like, skin of something. Like, that's what I saw it as. So, long story short, X is doing an investigation to find out who this guy is to, of course, kill him, because that's what he does. So, she dresses up as a prostitute and tries to, you know, get... in with the guy just to find out more information. And the artwork's good, by the way. Very dark though, but it's really good. And she finds out who it is, and X comes in to do that. But instead of the girl, they take X in, because maybe that will take some skin off of him. And this was after the whole pig fight of what happened. And that was basically it. Now they're just going to take him back with finding out more about the skin, and there's this other guy that's going to make the girl that they saw in the beginning more beautiful than ever, since they took off her skin and everything. So we're going to see where it's going to go from there.
Interesting. Next, Terminator Salvation, issue number 9 of 12. Thomas Parnell is now part of Skynet. He actually forces Dr. Kogan to put this chip within his head. There's some scenes from the present or the past. For those of you that are interested, you'll have to check that out yourself reading this book. But in the future, we have Kogan, who actually is forced to put the chip into Thomas Parnell, which will push his boost, and he'll take over all of Skynet at that current point in time, instead of waiting for the other 10%, because he already had 90% of the Terminators. Finally, John Connor ends up retreating. They run because they can't stay with the time door any longer. They escape, but now he has no idea what to do next. So through what's his name? One of his friends, I forgot who was brought back from the dead, who is also a Terminator. He asked him to reach out to Skynet, and he actually, Thomas. Thank you.
Yeah, that was it.
Thomas, and he reaches out to Skynet. Skynet then starts talking with what do you call it? With John, and John says he has a plan. However, it's going to be one final battle, but in the end, they're going to end up paying the ultimate price. In other words, basically, John Connor and Skynet are going to probably end up paying the ultimate price in order to free the world from Thomas Parnell's crazy, evil, butchering ways. So Skynet messed up by giving Thomas Parnell the all of the power, and also bringing him into the future. And now it's up to Skynet and John Connor to stop him.
Alright.
Let's go with this first.
Oh, that one? Oh, let me just get that.
Rot and Ruin, issue number 1.
Hold on, let me just show the cover. And Rot and Ruin, to be honest, I actually found this really interesting. Book of the week, actually, for digital, actually. Talks about this kid who had a family, and they both died. Actually, his mother died, and he had a brother who took him along, and then he died also. That's what I meant to say. And he's teaching the arts of being a Bushido, using the sword and everything.
And it's a zombie apocalypse also.
Yeah, it's a zombie apocalypse, and shows him when he's a little bit older. And he finds really great tactics to get through these zombies, and that's really smart, actually. So he goes along and he finds new friends that are in the woods, and he falls in love with this girl that was there. And they're off on this journey just to, kill the zombies and all the... It kind of reminds me of The Walking Dead. Sort of, grouping together and using swords and all the other stuff. More like Michonne's character using the sword.
Yeah, except everybody does it.
Except everybody does it, right. So they're trying to, watch their backs and fighting each other. And when they get to the hospital in the baby room, let's just say they got infected.
The babies, not the people.
The babies, yeah. Which is going to be...
That's going to be an interesting... So this is really good.
Yeah, so there's no way out. Yeah, that's why I said it's book of the week. I really saw this to be an actually awesome book. Okay.
Alright, now I got Michael. We missed it, so I found it for him. Super Secret Crisis War. The Grimm Adventures of Billy and Mandy's one-shot. We missed this. This came out a little while back.
Yeah. And this guy... or the boy in the comic book, he really, when he saw the robots, he just wanted to play with them, and he was just all smiley. And we have the Grim Reaper that's there also, and what's his name?
Billy and Mandy.
Yeah. So Billy is actually really excited playing with the robots, and they're just saying, we have a mission objective to destroy things, and Mandy's being Mandy, just saying, they're really evil robots, and, they should be taken away and everything. So they do everything in their power to find out where the robot went, because it ran away, and they find him, or find the robot. And there's an interesting backstory featuring how Mojo Jojo actually joined the villains and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. But I have a funny feeling he's going to make a turnaround ever since that one story I've read recently.
I have a feeling too.
Yeah, because he wants to conquer the universe himself and doesn't want other people to do it, so it's kind of something else. I'm gonna call it there, but yeah.
Alright guys, and with that, that's it for this indie review, so don't forget to check out comic-related Comic Frontline and Zone4Podcast.com. Together we your number one source for comic-related news, reviews, and a whole bunch more. Right after this, we've got the big two coming up, Marvel, and then concluding this week with DC, so look forward to those two reviews coming up today, right after this review. And yeah, feel free to leave comments below, what you like, dislike, recommendations, anything, and we will answer your guys' comments in the comment section below. And until next time, everybody, take care, keep reading, keep collecting, and we will see you guys really soon, literally, in the next review.
Later, everybody.